Well, initially, once you've gotten a bit of the routine of how babies are, and they're getting to sleep longer, and maybe sleep more during the night than during the day. Now it's preparation time. Let's get these babies moving away from your comfort zone to their own comfort zone. Okay, so you want these babies now to be independent, like one of the parents said today, and that's very important. Is to transition them now from co-sleeping towards being on their own, and then even transitioning that away from your bed to another room. Okay, and I think that's very important, but always to just keep your keen eye that you're around and that your presence is there. Okay, so now it's preparation time. Your baby was probably in a cot, and then the cot changed a little bit of dimensions, and then baby's also changing dimensions. They're sleeping longer during the night, so it's very important to now slowly start, moving that cot away from your bed. If it was very close to your bed, you start moving it, slightly further towards a corner of your room. Okay, and that way they feel that as much as mommy and daddy are around, at least that distance is there. Okay. The second thing is not to always just keep, anytime baby cries, you go and pick up the baby. Allow them to even just resting your hand on them, or just tapping them. What I've seen in my experience is rocking the baby is actually detrimental, um, because they tend to get a sort of pattern of having that for them to get the long-term sleep, the REM sleep, the rapid eye movement sleep. So that means that when you rock them constantly, for them to achieve that sleep, they won't be able to sleep until they get to that. And they're not getting lighter, they're getting heavier. Okay, so now what that means is that, once you feel you're getting into that trap, start, going back and just sort of just tapping them, and, just really showing them that you're just there. And that's more than enough.
And it's actually, it actually ties into what
Shamir was saying,
like,
exactly, yes.
Like she lets the baby be.
Because it's scary, because you'll find the baby even head nodding like this constantly, and you'll think they're possessed or something is going on, but it's actually them trying to get to that feeling of being rocked for them to achieve that sleep. Yeah. So yeah, so that's in terms of the soothing, is just sort of tap them, just know you're there. Sometimes just having a dim light or a dimmer switch in the room gives them the sense that they're part of that process. Okay, and then of course routines then begin as well, because you know that by 6:37 they've had their dinner, they've had their shower, they've had their massage, and we'll talk a little bit about that.
When you introduce routines, the first month, first weeks, what?
Yeah, so routines should start at around 18 months onwards, okay? Because now baby's gotten a bit of their longer night sleep, and they're pretty active and busy, and they're playful. So they know that they're getting their naps in the day, and naps during the day are very useful. But then now as they're getting to sleep, it's good for them to learn that that there's a stage in their life that they're going to have their shower, they're going to get a massage, they're going to get into their comfort clothes, and then we'll go into the bed. You can put on the net, put on the dimmer. They can still play in the bed. You can still cuddle a bit, do all of that, sing them a song, read them a book, and then eventually you sort of pat them, and then switch off the light, continue talking to them, pat them, and then off they go to bed. Okay.
I love that.
Yes.
Now the daytime and nighttime. I think earlier, Ron, we were talking about that, like helping the child differentiate between daytime and nighttime. Most of us tend to, like, you still draw the curtains during the day.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes.
And then daytime, because you want the baby to sleep.
Yes. So circadian rhythms is basically a physiological rhythm that children or babies in utero tend to have. So when you find your babies kicking, you'll find that when they're born, they will wake up around the same time they used to kick or be active a lot. So you tend to follow those rhythms, and you'll notice that it's mostly during the night when they're very active, because it's pretty dark all the time. But in any case, by 3 months, that changes. So they tend to now start, knowing daylight and nighttime and all of that. So they'll be able to sleep longer during the night and less during the during the day as well. Okay. Yeah.
And in terms of soothing, how other than tapping or rocking them, how else can you get a child to self-soothe, or how do you soothe them?
Yeah, so like what Shamin said very clearly is that make sure that they're fed very well, that they're not wet or they're not too cold or too hot. Just ensure that that checklist in terms of in newborns and going to 3 months, that they don't have that, and that they're given a good massage just before sleep. Yeah, that helps them to transition into bed very well. For the others as well, a lavender massage in the evening, and having them hold their favorite toy or, blanket helps them to do that. But make sure by 2 they've gotten rid of such habits as well.
Ah.
Yes.